When it comes to investing, whether you're doing this in the private markets, in the public markets, for your own business, one of the most important metrics to analyze is the revenue growth of a particular company. In this video, I'm gonna share with you step by step how it is that you can calculate revenue growth for any particular company that you like. You will learn the two different methods that you can apply to calculate this metric, as well as some very practical examples of how you can use this number to find good potential investment opportunities. Okay, so before we get into how it is that you can calculate the revenue growth, let's talk a little bit about what revenue growth means and the two different formulas that you can start using right now to be able to calculate revenue growth. So revenue growth is essentially how much your revenue is growing from one period to another. So for example, right now we're in the year 2023. So imagine you have a business and you want to compare your revenue from 2023. Let's say you already have your numbers set up versus the previous year, 2022. Let's say that your revenue in 2023 was $20, just to keep the numbers simple. And before, the revenue in 2022 was $15. That means that the revenue growth can be expressed in two different ways. So if the revenue was 20 and then 15 the year before, you could do the revenue growth as in the absolute numbers. So that would be 5. This is the change between this number and this number. Or you can also express it as a percentage. And this is what is most commonly done. And this is what you will get when you apply both of these formulas. Now let's talk about the two different formulas. And then what we're going to do is we're going to practically go step by step through each calculation for a very familiar company, which is Apple. So first we have the revenue growth, and this is calculated using the percentage change formula, also known as the period over period method. The way that you calculate revenue growth with this method is very simple. You take the current period minus the previous period, and then you divide that number by the previous period. So if we were to do this with these numbers right here, what you would do is essentially take the current minus the previous, and then I'm going to put this in brackets so that way this operation gets performed first, and then you divide that by the previous. So in this case, this is the previous, and this would give you the revenue growth as a percentage using the period over period method. Now the other method is the compounded annual growth rate, and this method is very powerful. Highly recommend that you use it, especially not when you're looking from one year to another, but let's say you're looking at a couple years apart. So let's say this was your revenue in like 2020 or something, and this is 2023. So if you're looking, and here there's like some more numbers, so let's say like 16 and like 18. So this would be a great example to use the compounded annual growth rate, and the reason why is because this number takes into account the compounding that took place between this and this periods. Now with that being said, let's stop talking about the theory and actually go into a very practical example. And what we're going to do is we're going to calculate the revenue growth using both methods for Apple. In order to do this, we're going to have to get the company's financial statements, which you can get using an add-on like Y-Sheets on Google Sheets or Excel. I'm going to type Apple, and here I'm going to pick the company that we're looking at. So we're looking at this one, and then I'm going to select annual data, although you can also calculate the revenue growth on an annual, quarterly basis, TTM basis. You can calculate it on any time basis that you want, but in this case we're going to use annual so that we can keep it simple. By pressing on get data, you're going to be able to get the key metrics, financial growth metrics, cash flow, balance sheet, income statement. In this case, what we're really concerned with is the income statement itself. And the reason why is because this is where you are able to find the revenue, and then from there you can calculate revenue growth. So we're going to start with the most simple method, which we already talked about, and that is the period over period revenue growth calculation method. So we're gonna take the 2022 revenue, subtracted by the previous value. Make sure to put this in brackets so that way this operation gets performed first, and then divided by the previous value. Once you do that, you're going to get the revenue growth, and you can also express it as a percentage. And the cool thing about this is that if you go to the financial growth metrics, we have revenue growth, and you will see that this is exactly the same number, except that this is automatically calculated for you. Now, this is the way that you calculate the period over period method. Now, what I want to share with you is how you can calculate it using the compounded annual growth rate. For the compounded annual growth rate method, we're going to use two different numbers. So we're going to calculate the revenue growth from this to this period right here, and then we're going to have to use the compounded annual growth rate formula. If you remember from before, the formula is very simple. You take the current value, so this is the initial, divided by the previous value, so in this case we're looking at the 2018 number, and then we're going to put this in brackets again so this operation gets performed first, and then we're gonna do that to the power of, and this is the key, we're gonna take 1 divided by the difference in the period. So in this case we have 2022, 2018, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 years. So in this case this would be the n, and then after that we just need to subtract this by -1, and that will give you the compounded annual growth rate from 2018 to 2022. You click enter. Because we already have this formatted as a percentage, this will be the number that we get. So this number basically means that on average the revenue grew 10.38% per year, and this is why we were at this number and we ended up at this number right here. So that is quite a high number. But now what I want to share with you is how it is that you can get the revenue growth for many different companies so that you can easily compare them and be able to find good investment opportunities. Okay, so as you can see, I've set up this template where we have a whole bunch of different companies. In this case, they're all in the semiconductor space, and we're able to get the revenue growth, and then most importantly be able to create a graph out of that. So this is very helpful and something that I recommend that you use if you're particularly interested in investing in the stock market, because using wise formulas like this, and we have many tutorials on our channel on how to do it, you can get the revenue growth for LY, which basically means the last year for all these different companies, and then this allows you to create any types of visualizations and find good investment opportunities faster. And also the cool thing about this is that at any moment, because this is completely dynamic, you can just change the company ticker and then have the data update for you. So in this case, I'm going to change from TSM to Apple just to share with you an example. You can see the revenue growth here, and now this is also added to the graph. And of course, we can bring it back to TSM, and this is a good way to be able to visualize the information that you learned today about the revenue growth. Now you know how to calculate revenue growth using the period over period method as well as the compounded annual growth rate method. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications on so that way you get notified every time we release a new video like this that's gonna allow you to take your investing game to the next level. I'll see you in the next one.